Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Claire and I am a lifestyle, fashion, food, fitness, whatever type of vlogger, content creator, and I am based in Birmingham, Alabama. I can't remember if I just said that or not, but I am so excited about today's video. I have wanted to film this for a few weeks now, and it is going to be all about my journey doing 75 hard. And if you clicked on this video, then you're obviously curious, like, is 75 hard worth it? Is it doable? Is it possible? Let me just say, I do feel like I'm a very valid person to listen to because I am the most average basic girl ever. I am not like super fitnessy girl. I have a very normal busy life. I have a full-time job. Also, I'm a very social person, and I just am basically like your typical 26-year-old, and I found time to do 75 hard not once but twice. I have so many things to say about it, and I just want to share my experience. And when I say I've done it twice, if you've been to my channel before, one of my videos from literally this time last year, you can just type in Claire Doll 75 hard. It should be one of the first ones that pops up, and it's basically me recapping my first experience doing 75 hard, and it's me sharing how much weight I lost, the books I read, my diet, my exercise program that I did, all of that stuff. And then I have another video, I have several videos like vloggy style, but I have a video I uploaded maybe like a month ago giving my top 10 tricks and tips and tricks. That was a tongue twister. You can go check that out. I will link both of those videos down below, but this video today is going to be me explaining my experience during the second time during 75 hard, because if you watched my first video, or if you watched my video about the tips and tricks, one of my regrets during the first round of 75 hard was not making a post 75 hard plan. And this time I kind of went into 75 hard with a different approach, something that was more sustainable once I finished. Obviously, I'm not going to do all of the things every day, but something that like wasn't so drastic. I still wanted to see incredible results, and I still wanted to do it like to the hardest extent, but I wanted to do something that was like doable for a 26-year-old that works a full-time job, that, you know, I'm not like a die-hard fitness person. I'm one of those people, like, I love food, I love being social, I love everything that's like just very basic, I guess. And I wanted to be able to see if I could create a program or create a lifestyle during 75 hard that I would be able to kind of take bits and pieces with me after. So in this video today, I'm going to share my experience during the second round of 75 hard. I'm going to share with you how much weight I lost. I'm going to share with you the diet plan that I stuck to. I'm going to share the books I read, the things I ate, all of that kind of stuff, and how I did it. Also, let me know if you have any questions that I don't happen to get to in this video. I would be more than happy to answer them, whether it be below in a comment, and an Instagram DM, or make a whole separate video about those things, because my fitness journey is really only just beginning. This is like the very start of it. I have a whole new outlook on the gym. I have a whole new outlook on food. I have a whole new outlook on my like mental health when it comes to those things, because to be completely transparent, I have dealt with eating disorders in my life. I have dealt with body dysmorphia and body image issues in my life. All of those things from the time I was a very young girl, food and my body have always occupied a large space in my brain. And although that is something that I know is going to be something that I work on for the rest of my life, I do believe 75 hard gave me some really good tools. I know it's a very drastic program, and it's not a very like sustainable program post 75 hard, and I feel like that is obvious, but it is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to be challenging. It is supposed to be a mental toughness program. It is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be something that everybody can do, or else everybody would do it. And it's something that if you want to prove something to yourself and say like, oh, I did this, and you are not just doing it to focus on losing weight, that is not the purpose of this program. The purpose of this program is to see, can you do it? Do you have the mental toughness to get through 75 days of really hard stuff? So that is enough for our intro. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So the first time I filmed this video, I had a long list of stuff like really written out, but this time I just kind of want to wing it, if I'm being honest. And I kind of want to start with the food. So the first time during 75 hard, I went like the first half of it without eating bread, and I did start eating bread, but at a very like small level. I don't know what it was. I wanted to see if I could go 75 days without it, and it wasn't that, like, I felt like I could still do it, and I was losing weight pretty rapidly in the beginning of 75 hard, but then I noticed once I started implementing bread back into my diet, I was still eating weight, but I just had more energy, if that makes sense. Like, I was eating such high protein and such low carb that it was almost like a little too much. So this time during 75 hard, I tried to really focus on eating whole foods, and not just only whole foods, but also things that like make me happy. So for example, during the first round of 75 hard also, I cut out all coffee completely. Like, I did not drink coffee. This time I was like, girl, coffee's not bad. The white chocolate mocha is bad for you. The pumpkin spice, all of those things, those are not great for you. Now, they are okay to have in moderation, but the first round of 75 hard, I was just like, no coffee whatsoever. This time I was like, okay, I can have an iced coffee with almond milk. I can have a shaken espresso with like sugar-free vanilla. You know, I can have a cold brew with sugar-free vanilla. Like, those are things that like I can still have. Ooh. But I did also cut way back on coffee because I am one of those people that favors sweet coffee. And I don't really eat sugar like that. That was really how I was getting most of my sugar. So what I really focused on this time was eating high protein and like mid-level carbs. So like I had a lot of sandwiches this time. I would do like wheat bread, honey wheat bread, whole wheat bread, that protein bread that, you know what I'm talking about, like they have the protein bagels, like things like that, the keto bread. But I would load it with like, I would just have like a normal turkey sandwich, like turkey. Sometimes I would add cheese. I would do light mayo. Pretty much all of my condiments I switched to light. Like if I needed sour cream for something, I did light sour cream, like if I had a baked potato, and I would do like half the amount that I normally do. Or if I did ranch, like a ranch dip, I would do light sour cream and, you know, just mix it with the regular seasoning. But for the most part, every day for breakfast, I had a smoothie, which is still what I'm doing to this day. Like after 75 hard, I decided I wanted to like keep it going. And if you're looking for like a really good brand to shop protein powder from, 10 out of 10 recommend Phorm. And what's really incredible about Phorm is the founder of Phorm is the person that created 75 hard. And so that's just so cool to me. And they saw my video of me finishing 75 hard the first time, and they reached out to me, and we have been working together the last several months. And that's actually what inspired me to start it again, because this company, they are really just built on like mental toughness, like really pushing yourself and just really being like the strongest version of yourself. And they are such a great company. But other than that, I genuinely love their products. So for example, every single morning I have a smoothie. It is the Phorm level 1 high quality protein blend. It is 150 calories, and they range from like 23 to 25 grams of protein per serving. And this is the chocolate marshmallow. You can hear like it's almost empty. I have it every single day, and I just do like half a banana, Greek yogurt, almond milk, frozen strawberries, chia seeds, and flax seeds. Or you've probably also seen on my channel, I will do like a yogurt bowl for breakfast. I would do like the Oikos protein yogurt with strawberries, chia seeds, flax seeds, cinnamon, and honey. It is so scrumptious. But now I pretty much do that protein smoothie and then 2 egg white bites or egg bites that I meal prep. I just did a recent meal prep video, and I'm gonna keep those kind of coming and keep doing grocery hauls. So just really sticking to a super high protein breakfast is so important, because it would keep me full, and it's still keeping me full for so long, versus like before I just would skip breakfast. I didn't really like breakfast. I would have an iced latte with white mocha in it for breakfast with like a ham and cheese croissant, and like that's just not a filling breakfast. That's gonna make you even hungrier later in the day and just crave all of those like super savory things throughout the day. And guys, when I tell you I love food so much, like I love like chips and dip. I love like a good old like not just regular turkey sandwich, like an everyday like at the house sandwich. Like I love a good chicken sandwich and french fries. I love a cheeseburger. I love pasta. This time, the first time I didn't have pasta, I don't think until like maybe the last week, and it was like a protein spaghetti. This time, at least like once every other week, I would make a protein pasta. I would use protein noodles, chicken, and I would mix in Greek yogurt. I've seen people do cottage cheese too, with like the sauce that I would use. Oops, sorry, got a little message. I just focused on making all of my favorite things, but in ways that I could keep them healthy. For lunch every day, I would either have leftovers from the night before, or I would do again a turkey sandwich. For snacks, I would just do fruit. I used to not believe that fruit could fill you up. Like I used to think that was impossible. It is so possible. Also, Phorm has really incredible protein bars. I also really love Perfect bars, like the chocolate chip cookie dough. They are so delicious. And then every night we pretty much had like grilled chicken, or like seasoned, like seared in the pan chicken, with basmati rice and broccoli. And then I would always make me some kind of dip. Like I'm a dip girl. I would do like a healthy ranch or something. And then every night before bed, a flip cup. I'm going to eat a flip cup, Chobani flip cups, the s'mores one, the red velvet cake, the key lime pie, strawberry cheesecake, the cookies and cream. They are so delicious. I think I've had every single one. Really just finding ways to eat all of your favorite things. We also did a lot of turkey burgers, and like I love a burger and fries. So you know what I did? I did turkey burgers with like potatoes. Like I made them fries, but I baked them in the oven rather than frying them. And I would just eat like half the amount that I normally do. It's so crazy when you start changing your mindset on food. It really does like shift everything. Like it really makes things so much easier. And if you're struggling in the food department, 75 hard is such a good way to kind of reset your brain. And it's kind of like when you're younger, you're given all these rules and like things you have to follow, versus like when you become an adult, you kind of have like more freedom to kind of like, oh, if I want to, I can take my car and go to whatever fast food place I want to go. But like 75 hard, it's kind of like having like an adult, like not an adult, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you have to follow rules, versus like right now as an adult, the only place you really have to follow rules is like in the workplace for the most part. But it's kind of nice having that like structure, because I'm someone that very much needs structure, and that's why 75 hard, like yes, it's drastic, but I think the first time I went a little too drastic. Like, and if you go back and watch my vlogs, like I mean it's pretty like normal, but not normal for my life. Like I'm a very social 26-year-old, and like I love food and I love to cook. I love trying new recipes, and so now I'm like testing all these new healthy recipes, which I do share some on TikTok, and I'm going to start sharing a little bit more. Overall, biggest tip for the diet, just try to eat your favorite foods. Try to focus on whole foods, but with your favorite foods, try to find ways to make them healthier and higher protein in the morning. It'll keep you full. Stay away from like the hidden sugars, like the sugary drinks. Allow yourself some or you will go crazy. Like my flip cup every day, that was like perfect. Along with that, the alcohol part. Now, if I'm being completely honest, that was an area I did not really struggle in. A lot of people do struggle with the alcohol, so I don't have much to say, but I will say this. We still went out and had fun on 75 hard. Like we still went out, went to the bars with our friends. We just didn't drink, and you know what? You're gonna save money and you're gonna be feeling so good the next day. You're not gonna have hangovers. And I just am not like a huge drinker. And I will say this time after, once we finished the first time of 75 hard, I should have said this at the beginning, we went immediately back to all of our old habits. We literally finished the beginning of October last year, and Halloween was like a few weeks later, and Halloween and football season, it was just like drinking every weekend, going out every weekend. You know, holiday season, you're just eating a lot of food. And like from October up until like January, February, we like kind of just didn't really go to the gym, and which is so crazy to think out loud, because now we go to the gym every single day of the week. Besides like Saturdays and Sundays, we will like go on a walk or a run or a stretch now, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But when it comes to the actual like alcohol portion, I was just drinking like a normal person, or like I thought a normal person would, but alcohol does show up on me. It shows up in my face, it shows up in my bloatingness. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean? It makes me feel bloated, it makes me feel just like icky, and I just don't like the way it makes me feel. Now don't get me wrong, I do like to have a good time. I do enjoy to drink as like a social type of thing, but I think if you do 75 hard and you don't drink for 75 days, you will truly learn that you are capable of having fun and feeling good without alcohol. Like I promise you, it's really hard, and I understand like everybody's struggle is different with alcohol and their relationships are different, but it really was so good for me, because I was like, Claire, you've never really been like a big drinker. Up until I moved to Birmingham, like I could go out and not drink and I was fine, but then like everyone here just kind of like drinks every day of the week, it feels like. And so now I'm perfectly fine like not being that person. Like I don't need that, so like I'm gonna stop. I've talked about food and alcohol. Let's talk about the gym and working out and fitness and stuff. Now something I want to say is the first round of 75 hard, every day in the mornings we went to the gym and we did weightlifting, and then in the afternoons during the first half of 75 hard we did a lot of like HIIT workouts, a lot of running, and then towards the second half, the second workout every day kind of turned into a walk, which is okay. And I love walking, and that is something that I'm focusing on now. And during the second round of 75 hard, my boyfriend, he is such a big gym person, and like he's so fit. He's like a college athlete or post-college athlete, and he created this weightlifting program, y'all, and I got so much stronger. And we would do that every day in the morning, Monday through Friday. We would wake up, go to the gym before work. We wake up so early. We wake up at like 4:30, y'all, and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Just go to bed a little bit earlier. That's what I have to do. And if you can work out later or work out during your lunch break, whatever it may be, or you can reverse it and you can do like a morning like at home workout and then gym in the afternoon. But we would do weightlifting every morning, and then in the afternoons this time, he himself like created a workout split, and he kind of used AI like ChatGPT to kind of make a healthy split. So like on Mondays we would run for like 30 minutes and do stretching, and like I was like a run and stopper. Tuesdays we did a HIIT workout every Tuesday. Wednesdays was a walk, like a stretch and a walk. Thursdays, I believe, I'm trying to think of like what exactly, it kind of like changed after like 4 weeks of like kind of doing this every day. We would shift it up a little bit. Thursdays were kind of like a little HIIT workout too, or like a jog and a walk. And then Fridays after work, we would either go play pickleball, or we would go to the golf course and like hit golf balls, and I would go walk around the course and stuff, and we kind of do that together, just something like active. And then on Saturday mornings, we pretty much always went on like a 2-mile run, and then we would walk our dog and then just like stretch. And then we would sometimes go to the gym on Saturdays if we had like an empty day, or if not, we would do an at-home workout. And then Sundays were pretty much always either a light jog or a walk, like a 45-minute walk. Just feels so good. And then like a yoga video. Keep in mind, one workout can be outside and one has to be, no, one workout has to be outside and the other one can be inside or outside. And pretty much ours every day were like one inside, one outside. Some days, I will say, like on the weekends, they would both be outside, but we just found ways to like kind of change it up, keep things exciting. One thing I will say, like if you're a girl or if you're someone doing this by yourself, don't be afraid to do walks. Like walks are good for you. I noticed such a difference just from walking every day, and now I try to walk for like 30 to 40 minutes a day on top of going to the gym in the morning. And I will say I have not gained a single pound back from 75 hard. Well, it kind of fluctuates between like 3 pounds, but it was kind of like fluctuating between 3 pounds, like losing it, you know what I'm saying? First time of 75 hard, I lost 19 pounds. I did gain it back, and this time I lost 19 pounds again, exactly 19 pounds, which is crazy to say that, like how I mentioned the first round of 75 hard, like I was being so strict with my diet, but this time I was focusing on like just eating things that make me happy in a healthy way, you know, and really trying to focus on mending my relationship with food. And losing 19 pounds twice, this time I'm like so determined to keep going because I have some more weight I want to lose. Like, I'll be completely transparent, I'm probably gonna do a new series on my channel, like focusing on getting like my mind right, my body right. My camera died, so I had to go switch the battery. But overall, just keep in mind that everybody's gonna lose a different amount of weight. If you don't lose weight, that's okay. It's about how you feel, and I promise you, if you stick with this, like you are going to feel so good, not even just in a physical way, but in a mental way. Like you're gonna be so proud of yourself. And it's such a doable thing, like it really is. It doesn't sound like it is to work out twice a day, like you probably are so busy, but think about it, you probably spend a few hours a day scrolling on your phone, and you can replace that time just with going on walks. And if it takes doing 2 walks a day for you to do 75 hard, that's okay. Or like a walk and a yoga video on YouTube, we did a lot of those. But also finding workouts that you really like I really want to try and find like a workout like class that I love, because when I lived in Ohio, I loved going to boxing classes. It's so expensive, and they're even more expensive here, which I just don't understand. But things like that just like make you happy in different ways, like to find yourself to bring you joy in a way that like is physically good for your body. It's like such a weird thing when you're not used to that, you know what I'm saying? So find things that make you happy. Don't push yourself too hard, but also push yourself hard. Just not too hard, but hard. Okay, so you have to drink a gallon of water every single day. And to me, if I'm being completely honest, that was one of the hardest parts. I'm 5'3", and I don't know if that has something to do with it, but like literally drinking a gallon of water every day, it just does not fit right in my body. So my biggest tip is start early in the morning. The first time at 75 hard, I bought a half-gallon water bottle from Target, and I used it every single day. Drank 2 of them every single day. This time I got a Yeti cup since then, and this is the 40-ounce one, and I think it's 128 ounces is in a gallon. So every morning I drank 8 ounces of water in like a little cup, just to kind of wake myself up, because like after I brush my teeth, pee, get myself together, I have to drink water. Like I wake up so thirsty every morning, and so I would drink 8 ounces of water, and then I drink 3 of these every single day. Whatever you want to do is fine, just try to track it, and I promise you, your skin is going to be so glowing. You are going to look like you just like injected water into your skin. My skin, I've never really had breakouts, but it was just like so clear. And I'll go back and I'm looking at photos of myself, like my face was so snatched just because I was eating right, like I was not bloated. My face has gotten some bloat back because I have started eating a little bit wonky, but truth be told, like the water part is so hard. But my biggest tip is like, don't save it all for the end of the day. Try to get it out of the way in the beginning. Like, try to get at least half a gallon done by noon. And you're probably thinking like, girl, I can't do that. Like, maybe you love water, and I love water, like I love water, but like I think a half gallon for me is like a basic, typical whatever. Drinking a gallon of water a day is really hard, but try to drink like half a gallon during like the first half of your day, like by like 12 or 1, and then drink like a fourth a gallon by like 5, and then that leaves you with like a fourth a gallon from like 5 to bedtime, and I think you'll be good. Because I would make the mistake even after I told myself I wouldn't, and I would save so much of it for bedtime, and it was horrible because I would pee all night long. So we have food, we have the alcohol, we have the workouts, we have the water, and now we have the books. Now you have to read 10 pages of a self-help, personal development, personal growth type of book every day. That's another thing I would suggest. If you can read that while you eat your breakfast every morning, or like create a habit, like maybe go sit outside on your porch, or like go sit down the road and read. You can't do audiobooks, you do have to read. It has to be a physical book. There were some times where I found myself like on the weekends like reading a little bit more, especially if the book was interesting. So I thought I would share with you my top recommended books. This was the very first book that I read during 75 Hard the first time, Atomic Habits. I think it is just a classic. Like, if you Google 75 Hard, this is one of the first things that pops up, even though it's not written by the man that created 75 Hard. He does have a book though. That is definitely one that will just really help you create habits that are sustainable. The Defining Decade, if you are in your 20s, I also read this one during the first time. It's so good and it's so relatable. And it basically just kind of teaches you how to really optimize on being in your 20s, while also understanding what like being in your 20s is hard, but like there are things you can do to make it better and to like set you up for the rest of your life. I honestly low-key need to reread that one because it has been a little over a year. Think Like a Monk, I read this one this time. It is so good. It kind of just makes you be like, I care too much about the wrong things sometimes, and I don't care enough about the right things. And it's just literally like, I'm trying to think of like how to sum it up. The little summary says like, train your mind for peace and purpose every day. I need to reread this one too, even though I just read it a few months ago. But it also teaches you about like finding your purpose and how it's okay to like not have it all figured out right now. I tried to do 75 soft at the beginning of this year, and to be completely honest, I just need more strictness in my life, and so I kind of quit, and I was like, I'll just do 75 hard later on this year instead, and that's what I did. But this book is one of the best books I have read in terms of like information given, and the fact that I struggle with food, I always have, but This Is Your Brain on Food is this book, and it is so good. It talks about how food and your gut work together to affect your mental health, and not just your mental health, but like well, I mean, I guess it is kind of all like depression, PTSD, ADHD, anxiety, OCD, like literally so many different things in here. And there's like, it's separated by different chapters. So like if you are specifically fighting like one specific thing, like you can go to that chapter. And then also it has recipes, which I haven't really focused on, but basically it just talks about the foods that you should be eating and you shouldn't be eating, and what they do bad for your body versus good for your body. I would 1,000,000 out of 10 recommend that book. Like, it's so good, even if you're not doing 75 hard. This time I also read The Shift by Tinks. If you like are someone that like wants to read more about dating and self-worth and becoming the main character of your life, I would recommend it. However, like, I think for me, I just really am in like a very happy relationship, and I think I've already kind of like hit this point of my life. Like, I'm 26, almost 27, and I feel like if you're in your younger 20s, it's a little bit more relevant, but it is very good, and it does have some good like quotes and stuff, and it's a very easy read. Okay, this one I did not read, but Tyler read it and he super recommended it. It's called Blink. It's about thinking without thinking, redefining how we understand the world around us. And in this book, the author revolutionizes the way we understand the world within. It sounds really deep, but I have heard a lot of good things about this book. This is just coming from Tyler. Tyler also read a few like documentary style, I guess, or biography, maybe not even biography, whatever you call this, like books about people that were like inspiring. And honestly, I wish I would have done that a little bit more too. Like, maybe found like a famous person that I really look up to. I may do that if I do it again, or maybe just for fun. Phil Jackson, this is called 11 Rings. I think he is a coach. Oh, he's a coach of, oh, he's the one that coached the Bulls and the Lakers. Did he? Oh yeah, he coached Michael Jordan, Shaq, Kobe Bryant. he sounds very cool. But things like that, they just get you like inspired. I definitely think will be very beneficial to read. This is called The Gap and the Gain. I think Kenzie Elizabeth recommended this one. This one is also very good. It's a high achiever's guide to happiness, confidence, and success. And basically, if you're somebody like me, like you're never satisfied with what you have, it kind of teaches you like how to live in those gaps and in those gain moments of your life, because it's all going to like fluctuate a little bit. The last rule of 75 hard is taking a progress pic every day. And something I highly advise you doing if you're about to start is take a video of yourself, like full 360, put it in like a hidden camera roll so nobody can see. I regret not doing this more, because like I look back at pictures and videos, the small ones that I do have of myself at the beginning, especially at the beginning of last year, like holy moly, I changed a lot and I'm so proud of myself, but I wish I had more documentation of that. But even like right now in this moment, like I need to go do this, because I have been working out every day and I want to see changes and I have goals. Like, okay, so it's the beginning of October now. That was like a run-on sentence. It is the beginning of October now, but like by January, I have like a goal to hit by then. 2024 is going to be the year of my official glow up. Like I'm claiming it, it is going to happen. And I really just want to become like more just invested in myself. And in order for you to do that properly, I think you have to like kind of document yourself over time, like whether it be writing things down, but also like take videos and pictures of yourself, and not just like from the front, not just selfies. Take pictures of your back. Like my back changed so much during 75 hard. Also like your butt will change, your arms will change, your lower belly's gonna change. My quads were so much more defined at the end. And I have been working out less. Obviously I've been running a lot less, so I've kind of got a little squishy again, because I've been eating my normal foods in moderation. But you know, again, I'm not being drastic with my life anymore, but I am being a little bit stricter than I was before ever doing 75 hard. A couple last things, like also finding ways, if you are not someone that like focuses on like a whole foods based diet, there are ways to kind of like implement more like greens into your life, because you will notice such a difference with what you put in your body, and making sure you put in high quality things. So another thing that I do is taking reds and greens every day. These are also from Phorm. The quality of these and the taste and the texture are so good. I typically mix 1 scoop of each together in a cup of like 6 to 8 ounces of water and just throw it back. And like your reds are really packed with antioxidants, and then greens are really packed with probiotics, and they are so good for you. I will link these down below, and you can go to the Phorm website and go to like the description to learn a little bit more about them. Also, another way that I get in protein, getting in your protein every day without getting in high calorie is like the most challenging thing in the world. And setting protein goals for yourself is so important, because that ultimately is what's going to help build your muscle. And then also I focus on being in a calorie deficit. I guess I should have included that as well, but Formula 1, this is a different type of protein powder. The first one I showed you was level 1. This is like your typical like protein shake, protein smoothie vibe. Like you'll blend that one up. This one you just shake. I put this in like a little shaker bottle with either water or almond milk, and it's only 100 calories and 20 grams of protein per serving. This is the CTC flavor. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch is what it tastes like, and it is just an easy way to get protein. You can do this like twice a day, and for only 200 calories and 40 grams of protein, like that's crazy. Also, if you're looking to get like really good supplements and vitamins and making sure that you're really fueling your body every day, highly recommend these. This is a macro factor. It's like a complete nutrition pack, and you just take these little packs every single day, and it has pretty much everything that you could need in it. So antioxidant, multivitamin, CoQ10, fruits and veggies, probiotic, and EFA. I am not, again, like a doctor, but I do know that I noticed a huge difference. I kind of took them like every other day actually, because like sometimes I am forgetful, but these I do take every day. These are the full mega supplements. It's an omega-3. You take 2 every single day, and they help so much if you deal with brain fog. I don't know if it's like working from home or what it is, but like my brain, like my memory just kind of, not even my memory, my focus, my attention span just is like so lowered sometimes, and it's like been that way the older I've gotten. These are so good for you. And then also, if you read This Is Your Brain on Food, omega-3s fight so many things like anxiety, depression. Like in that book, every single chapter of every single issue, it talked about how you need to fuel your body with omega-3s, and you can also get it through things like fish, like salmon and stuff, but these are so easy. They're for heart and brain health, pop 2 in the morning and you're good to go. But ultimately, I really do recommend doing 75 hard. Like, I truly am such a different person than I was before. I never once considered it, and if you have been thinking about it, if you've been on the fence, this is your sign to do it, because I literally, like, the way that both times I have chosen to do 75 hard have been kind of funny, because I decided within like 3 days that I was gonna do it. Like, I had kind of talked about it before, like, oh, I'm gonna start it maybe next month, maybe the next month, but then both times when I actually started, like this past time, I was at a bar drinking on a Saturday night, and I didn't like my outfit, I didn't like the way that I felt so not confident, and I was like, Monday, I'm starting 75 hard, and that is what I did. And I did do 75 hard this time from, I think it was May 25th to August 7th? August 6th, I guess, was the last day. And so now it's been about 2 months since 75 hard ended, and so for me to have not gained like that weight back, I am proud of myself. But now I want to find like a way that's like more sustainable, to kind of lose a little bit more weight and to keep it off and to kind of just recomp my body. But just know, like, this challenge is meant to be hard. It's meant to be frustrating. You're gonna have days where you're just going to literally cry. It's not easy. You're going to be so overwhelmed with like fitting everything in your day. But once you finish those 75 days, you're gonna be so proud of yourself. You're gonna have to tell your friends no sometimes. You're gonna have to say, oh, I have to go work out, I can't come to this event. And you're gonna have to say, oh, I need to meal prep, I can't go do that today. And that's okay. Set boundaries. You have to do that. You have to take care of yourself. And I promise you got this. All of these products from Phorm will be linked below. And then on top of that, if you have any other questions, please let me know. I would love to answer. I'm gonna try not to talk about 75 hard so much on my channel, because I feel like that's all I do, especially like on TikTok. Like, I feel like I refer everything back to 75 hard, but it really is like so life-changing. And it's like, once you do it, like, you really do feel like such a different person, and it has really just changed my whole mindset. I really do recommend it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for joining me today. Again, I am going to be tracking my fitness journey more on this channel, also over on TikTok and Instagram. I really need to post more on there. But I thank you so much for coming and watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would love if you would subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. But again, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.